with a 4.0 GPA, killed in cold blood by Carmelo Anthony. No way. No way this kid's name is Carmelo Anthony, man. No way this kid's name is Carmelo Anthony, man. No way. No way, man. Kid's name is Carmelo Anthony. We getting old, man. We getting old, man. We're getting old. Feels like just yesterday when Carmelo was at Syracuse, man. Wow. Austin Metcalf was stabbed to death by a classmate at school in Texas today, allegedly after a fight over a spot. You didn't hear about this story because it doesn't fit the narrative. I wonder if they got any more information about this, man. Could you imagine if the races were reversed? Could you imagine if the races were reversed?
The sad part about it is he died in his brother's arms. They were twins, identical twins, and his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding, and he died in his brother's arms. And I rushed up there and I saw him on the gurney, and I could tell. They said he wasn't breathing. I could see all the blood. I saw where the wound was.
Understandably still in shock, Jeff Metcalf says a precious memory was made just this past weekend when he took his twin boys hunting. That's where Austin got his first hog. Well, this morning at around 10, he rushed here to Kirkendall Stadium, where the Memorial High School student athlete suffered a fatal stab wound during this track and field meet. Frisco police say a fight broke out between two students when one stabbed the other. More than 100 student athletes were participating in this meet. Fortunately, they were safely evacuated. Police arrested the suspect. He is 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony of Frisco. He is now charged with murder. Some students, unfortunately, witnessed this deadly encounter and have been interviewed by police. Despite life-saving efforts, the 16-year-old victim died at the hospital. Austin, his father shares, was born 2 minutes before his twin brother Hunter, the two inseparable, as you can imagine. Austin is being remembered as an outstanding student at Memorial High, his football team's MVP, and a young man of faith. His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
Damn.
I'm not trying to judge, but
wow. Wow. Listen, I cover gliders a lot, but I wasn't expecting this, man. Damn, Dad. Damn, Dad. Dad, yo, the kid ain't even cold yet. They could probably still save the kid. They haven't officially ruled him dead yet, man. This shit happened like 10 minutes ago, and he's already forgiven the Sun team, man. Sons, you can't listen, man. Sons, man, you can't. This is why I rail against all that race baiting, man. Sons, man, you done killed this guy's kid, man, over some bullshit. You know, some stupid shit. And he's already willing to forgive you, man. Shout out to gliders, man. Jeez.
His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move, and he bowed up. This is murder.
He was in the wrong place, and they asked him to move. Salute to S Freak, man. Never ask him to move or leave, man. I've been preaching that for a long time, man.
Student at Memorial High, his football team's MVP, and a young man of faith. His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move, and he bowed up. This is murder.
Yeah. But it's Texas too, man. So the kid will probably be out on bond during the trial. And he'll probably get a woke judge. Wow. Unbelievable, man. He said former posse. Yeah, man. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all supporting this channel, man. Via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man. I'm about to bring y'all up, man. I'm about to bring y'all up in a minute, man. I'm about to bring y'all up, man. I'm about to drop the link, man. Jesus Christ, man. Where is this at? Let me find out where this is at. Jesus. That's a lot of fucking sons coming in across the border. Jesus Christ. Jeez. Wow. Yikes. That's at the border right now. This one said, you know what's remarkable? When you see the post, the photo looks like this in the preview. You don't see names. Yet when you read the caption, everyone 100% knew who killed who. Well, yeah, I mean, this kid's got a mugshot. But yeah, even if it wasn't a mugshot, you still would know. You still know. Jeez. Wow. Frisco, Texas. Frisco, Texas. Let me read the media release from the police department, man. The victim was identified as Austin Metcalf of Frisco and a student of Frisco Memorial High School. Is 17 years old, not 16 as stated in the previous release. The Frisco Police Department is investigating a fatal stabbing and the suspect is in custody. On Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025, at approximately 10 a.m., Frisco police and fire responded to an incident at a track meet in the 6900 block of Stadium Lane. An altercation between two students resulted in one stabbing the other. Despite life-saving measures by police and fire personnel, including CPR and the administration of blood, the 16-year-old victim died. The suspect, identified as 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony of Frisco, is in custody and there is no further threat to the public. He has been charged with murder in the first-degree felony. No bond has been set at this time. This is an active and ongoing investigation with resources from the school's resource division. Okay, so information is still coming out. Wow. Wow. He said, hey, man, you in the wrong spot. That was enough for the son to pull out a knife and kill him in front of everybody. Damn. Wow. No viral headlines, no protests. Let's see what Whitlock got to say about this. He said, my understanding is Austin Metcalf was a potential D1 college football recruit, member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and a 3.9 student. This is a tragic story. He said 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed and killed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf this morning in Texas at a high school track meet. There will be no Netflix miniseries about the angry victimhood entitled Emotional, Secular, Idolatrous Mentality at the root of it. Wow. Jeez. Let me drop the link, man. Wow. Everyone hit the like button, man. If you're near a computer right now or a phone, Just take a second and smash the like button. We about to unleash. Um, wow. Let's play the news story again, man. Wow. This just leaves you speechless, man. What's up, Mark? What's
Going
happening,
on?
man?
I'm all right. Yeah, this is a doozy.
See,
And the glider man, he just it never surprises me, man.
did you hear about this, or did you just hear about this?
No, I just heard about it I when you were playing it and I was following the story. It's man. No, I guarantee not one person gonna talk about it on ESPN. None of those, none of them. Just Whitlock.
No, and the local news stations. I mean, they're not going to talk about it either. I mean, like
Yeah,
this is not
it's
good.
yeah, it's crazy because me being home all day, when they got the people from space, they don't even, the regular like standard channels, they don't even mention that Elon Musk had something to do with it, taking them down. Little stuff like that, man. This is, this is a doozy, man. Look like a regular Connor, man. I had a daughter, could date her.
It's just sad, man. All American kid. I
Yeah,
mean, just
man.
think about his last moments. His last moments, like, hey, sorry, hey, and he wasn't rude about it, because no one's rude to sons that look like this. People aren't generally rude to sons when they look like this, because it's gonna be a problem. People are generally like overly polite, but still asking him to move or asking him to leave triggers something. And I've been talking about that for a while, haven't I?
Big time.
You just gotta it triggers something, and you don't have to explain it. You don't have to understand it. You just have to react to live like it's law. Because just because you might not understand something fully, and I know white people that struggle with that because they like to understand everything. They like to fix things and all that stuff. But I'm
That's
telling you,
that's their DNA. Yeah.
yeah, you can't understand it. Why you should you just should stay away from them. But if you go around them, spend as little time as you can around them. You have to spend time around them. Then um,
Yeah. I teach my son that. I tell him, listen, my son knows, man, he's sharp. He like, yo, I'm out. And he's a freshman. So he knows early. You know.
wow, whack that All American. If it was reversed, oh my
Oh,
God! If this,
what? Yo, all day. This would be the ammunition that Democrats need. They're trying everything. That Cory
yeah,
Booker bullshit. I'm like, what the I was lost with that shit. I'm embarrassed that he's from Jersey, man.
I'm telling you, man. This is absolutely unconscionable. Um, Unacceptable. Wow. I mean, just debauchery from set go. Um,
You think CNN talks about it? At least?
no, not. I don't think Sports Center. I don't think anybody touches this.
Well, Sports Center, that's a problem, and they should be talking about that.
Uh,
But CNN, this Ted Turner just shaking his head like, what the hell happened to my network?
wow. Just leaves you like he stabbed him at the like he wasn't. I don't even think he was confronted. I think he was just told like, "Oh man, this is, oh man, this is our seat, son. Maybe you can go somewhere else." And he just did is like, "Are you trying to play me? You trying to play me?"
4.0 too, man. 4.0 student. Well, man, he killing the future right there, man. Shit could have been a rocket scientist or another invention that gliders make. You can't be killing those type of gliders.
Everybody hit the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the um yeah, all that.
We need gliders like this, man, on the earth, man. What the fuck? They're creators, man.
Yeah,
Yo.
this is his page. He was 6 foot 220, 220 pounds. Had a
Oh yeah.
3.97 GPA.
Yeah, man. He was an all-American glider, man.
Mm.
Hey, but check it out. I bet you we're gonna come to find out that young Carmelo, just think of like the two worlds that these kids were living in, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got this all-American glider kid, 6 foot, 220 pounds, 3 point whatever GPA, got Division 1 offers, and then on the other side, you got Carmelo Anthony with a K that's probably was like begged to come out there just so he can try to stay out of trouble or stay off the streets. Didn't really give a fuck about track and
Right.
field. You know what I'm saying? Bring knives to fucking track meets. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't give a fuck about this shit. They probably was just he's probably one of those kids that have to go through metal detectors and the other kids don't. You get what I'm saying? And we'll never know this shit. But just think about it's just like that those two worlds met because some woke ass sun woman or sun man thought that they were saving young Carmelo with a K by bringing him to the track meet and mixing those worlds.
Yeah,
I guarantee you they begged him to come.
Mm.
that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's happening, man? How's it going?
Yeah, that's why. Like, see, a lot of people don't realize that many blacks would say that whites are prejudiced against us, all that other shit. But it's not really the truth because, as you guys are saying, like as Scott White was saying, I tried to help these guys out, and then like every time, like I do so, it ends up going to shit. You know what I mean? And they'll hit you for it. That's why the Southerners segregated, like you know what I mean. And that's why the whites in South Africa segregated. It's always the gliders who had access to them and who were closest to them that hated them the most. You know what I mean? It's not
Yo,
pre-Judice, it's post-Judice.
hey, Ike,
And they
you
don't
went
realize.
Ike, you went to a hood high school at first before you transferred out and all the other stuff, whatever. Did you go to like a
Yeah,
hood high
yeah.
school?
I went to Dirty Birdie Backus, man.
Okay. All right. So obviously I went to a hood high school at first. And at the hood high school, the hood kids are not fucking traveling doing track and field unless it's like some type of bargaining chip. But even if it's a bargaining chip, they're not good enough because they haven't been doing it that long.
Yeah, they were practice. They don't have a form.
Right.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Yeah.
The fact that a kid that's bringing a knife to a fucking track meet is at a track meet, Goes to show you that team probably fucking finished last place in everything. And it was like the fucking what's that the Swin movie that had your boy from what was that shit in it's supposed to be in Philly with Terrence Howard. You remember when they went
Pride,
up there with
pride.
Pride. This was some Pride shit. They done brought out the motherfuckers in fucking basketball shorts and shit, and they went out there into a fucking real bro. Track meets is not no joke. Like it's not like just random fucking like, especially high school varsity track meets. Like it's not many teams where it's like nobody has potential or nobody's been doing this shit for like at least 5-6 years. This ain't like fucking football and you got 12 players and you just go out there on some hood shit and go out there and get your ass whooped. Track ain't that type of sport. Am I lying on that
Nah,
shit?
I mean, first of all, like the shorts, man, don't even have pockets. They're like little fucking like
Exactly, bro.
where do you keep the like where do you have the knife and what compelled him to stab this guy in front of all those people? Like the audacity, because here's the thing. We the worst, we the least, and we and the white man and Trump and everybody
Bro, real talk.
and
This some
knows
make
how
a
to
wish. This some make a wish hood sunword edition. This some like, no, he need to come because he need to stay off the streets for a couple hours. Like, ain't no fucking, it's not no track people that actually do track and field like this, bro. Track and
Mhm.
field is an all-day event. This ain't like a fucking
No,
basketball game.
Yeah, those are. I used to run tracks very long, like 5 hours to six hurdles, total relays, 200 sprint. Yeah, it's
the
sad.
discipline to track. Yeah, there's a discipline to track too because
Exactly. That's the word it is. It's discipline. It takes like
yeah,
a disciplined type of person, and they're not bringing the worst. Like my track team in high school was good as fuck, right? We had kids going to Ohio State and all this other shit. And
mm,
they were all like fucking great kids. You get what I'm saying? Like it
right,
wasn't like
no
no
doubt,
fucking
yeah,
we didn't have no
yeah,
bro, we was in a hood ass school, but none of the athletes was hood. You would sneak some hood motherfuckers on a football team because you know there's a lot of
right.
them. But like
EDC, yeah.
basketball, track and field, volleyball, cross country, those are sports where it's like, yeah, soccer and baseball. That shit ain't no hood motherfuckers playing that, man.
Nah,
Not no people that's gonna
hell
bring
no,
a knife to a fucking track meet.
hell nah, man. Let's see what happened. Let's see if we can find out
Call
what
this
happened.
morning just because tonight a Frisco woman is living every mother's worst nightmare. Her family and the entire district are grieving the tragic death of a brother, son, and student athlete. Police say another student stabbed and killed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during a track meet this morning at Frisco's Cookendall Stadium. The suspect, who's also 17 and attended a competing school, is now charged with murder. Investigators say a fight broke out between the two, which ended with Austin's death. Tonight, we have team coverage on the investigation and the vigil that just wrapped. Austin's mom and twin brother sat down with Tiffany Liu.
Tonight on a Wednesday night, Austin Metcalf would typically have been here at his church's youth group, but instead his friends, family, and loved ones gathered to grieve his loss together.
We're going to go to the vigil tonight.
When you lose one of the most important people in your life,
So many kids loved him.
comfort can be found with those who love him.
Just doesn't make any sense.
Megan Metcalf got the call this morning.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore. And I don't understand it.
Her 17-year-old
Think about that. How much grace did these white people have? Like, and it's not like I don't think they're being graceful. I think that they operate on a different frequency. It might not even
Yeah.
be grace. It might just be white people are just more reserved.
Genetically,
Yeah,
they genetically different. Because if this was like a black mother and a black kid had already killed him,
Trump would already be there. Trump would,
If it was a white kid that did it, it would be already be there. It'll be a press conference, and the police chief from that area that didn't even have nothing to do with that area will be behind her. The NAACP, which is the most worthless organization now, will be there. The leader, whatever fucking chapter, It's just like it's such bullshit. But like the fact that she's standing in front of a camera is still surprising to me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
She by herself though.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking like, they usually be like, they couldn't speak right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if this was revert, think about the last week that noose, that lady faked that noose on her desk. That was a huge story before it found out that it was fake. Um, this is literally stabbed in front of hundreds of people. A track meet with multiple schools, because how you got those track meets where you got it ain't just one
Yeah,
school.
it'd be like 10 fucking or 8. It'd be
Yeah,
like at least 8 schools competing.
yeah. So you got all these kids there, all these parents and everything there, coaches and shit, support staff, and this fucker pulled out a knife and just killed this kid in front of all those people.
You would
And
never suspect, bro. You will never suspect your son
Football.
goes to a track meet and they leave at like fucking 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning to go. By 10 o'clock, Carmelo with a K has stabbed your kid to death at a fucking track meet.
yeah, support
That's
the channel,
nuts,
guys.
bro.
Make sure you support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, guys. We the only ones covering this. Don't act like everybody covering this, and don't go. Don't. I think Chaotic might cover this in the morning, man. I give him credit. He might cover this in the morning, but don't expect a lot of coverage on this. So make sure y'all support the damn channel, man. Um, this right here. I wonder. She looks like the type of person that would like her favorite uncle that like took her for ice cream when she was a kid and came to her games when she wasn't when her parents were busy and always did the old quarter behind the ear trick and shit when she was a little girl and shit. I could see him tweeting "All Lives Matter" a few years ago and her cutting him off cold turkey completely and never speaking to him again. She looks
Nah,
like that type of
yeah,
mother. She got
yeah,
that energy.
yeah. She got
She's got
that,
this type-
but she got
Yeah,
that made up new trans unity flag and shit in her yard and shit.
yeah,
yeah,
she got the energy of
cold.
one of those liberals.
Yeah, y'all cold blooded, man. I mean, I know what you mean though. She does give that vibe.
She gives me that energy, like of
Yeah,
that type of liberal.
she just dyed her hair back gray because it was purple.
No, she give me the energy of like just like like everybody's exactly the same except for skin color. And she looked like she would lecture, like she would give if a friend of hers used like black, she would like lecture them about how it's African American, or
Yeah,
use
that's crazy.
Latino, or she would
She'll
lecture
say
them about
Latinx. She'll be like, "No, that's
yeah,
Latinx, bro." Hey,
yeah.
what's crazy that I used to think like everybody was the same. Like when I was younger and shit. Obviously, I used to no bullshit. I used to really think like, man, it's just skin color. That's the only thing. Melanin is different, but yeah, bro. Nah, it's way more
A
than
lot of
that.
differences, man. There's so many differences. It's too many to fucking count.
Understand it.
Her 17-year-old son, Austin Metcalf, was at a UIL track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Police say there was an altercation between two Frisco ISD students.
I got a phone call from Hunter
Austin's identical twin.
screaming that Austin had been stabbed.
Megan beat the ambulance to the hospital and saw him get taken in.
Oh, he was the most amazing kid. Oh, so smart. He had college football guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college.
While we were talking to Mom,
Just to put your arms wrap around a support.
Austin's brother
This is Hunter. Did you want to talk to him? Okay.
came outside. Hunter Metcalf was there
Holy
when it
shit,
happened.
they
I tried to whip
identical.
around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So
Yeah.
just that's just what I saw, and I try to help him.
From the day they were born 17 years ago,
He couldn't
Austin
help
just
him.
4 minutes.
Because he stabbed him in the heart, and it's like you need immediate medical attention. Just like how that rapper got his leg cut jumping the fence, running from the police. But
Oh
because he
yeah,
was
yeah,
that
yeah.
femoral artery, it was like really he needed he needed immediate medical attention.
Yeah, that's
The
like the cop. I know you probably covered it. It was years ago when the you remember the active shooter, the domestic shit that happened in the hospital here. It
mm-mm,
was Samuel Jimenez. So
mm-hmm.
basically, old dude, he was getting into it. She had cut it off. Former fiance, she worked at the hospital. He went up there and just started shooting shit up. He ended up killing like two like fucking nurses, her, and then he shot like a cop, but he ended up hitting them perfectly like in the neck and hit the fucking main line of that whatever his neck. And it was like it was a 0% chance that he was gonna make it.
Dang,
Yeah,
he survived.
it was like a doctor was there and he got hit and they drug him to him immediately. And the doctor was just like, yeah, nah, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, because it's like certain places you get hit, there's nothing you can do, and the gasping and the fighting for your life. That's just sad, man. And well, he at least he was with his brother though. That they were together, man, in his last moments, man. That's the only solace you can take.
Minutes older, was Hunter's best friend.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I do for him. I do anything for him.
They ran together, played football together. They had that twin sense only twins would understand.
It's just really heartbreaking not to see him next year on the field.
Hunter never imagined the day he and Austin would be apart.
This is going to be really hard.
In Frisco, I'm Tiffany Liu.
So tragic. We've learned there will be counselors at Frisco Memorial, where Austin was a student, and at Centennial, where the suspect attended. Matt Howerton heard from students and parents there and found out this teen suspect had a future on the football field until today.
The teen suspect had a future on the football field. Okay, see, there you go.
And parents there and found out this teen suspect had a future on the football field until today.
This, the video 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony wanted everyone to see. A highlight reel of him playing football for Centennial High in Frisco. Something colleges watched.
Carmelo Anthony, class of 2025.
Are you kidding me?
Frisco, Texas.
The teen proudly writing online he'd been offered several scholarships to play at various schools. But those dreams deflated Wednesday. Anthony charged with murder after police say he stabbed.
Listen, they might not be deflated, man.
Bro, are you kidding me? First off, can you fucking imagine if they did this on the other way around? If they showed the white kid highlights and talking about deflation,
but they would have never did that because they would have known they didn't know that would have been insensitive to the
And this kid is not done. Like the mother, like you see that glider woman, she probably gonna forgive him and beg for him to do. Yeah,
the dad already forgave him.
Oh, the dad already forgave him?
The dad was like, I can't judge. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to judge.
All right, so just give him probation. Matter of fact, give him whatever scholarships your son had. Let him go out, live his dream.
Let him move in his own roof too.
He can live next to his twin. And you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just give him a better life. All he needed was love. So just give him the full, what is it? 3 full course meals every day that y'all was giving y'all kids. Let him replace your twin. And he's gonna be just fine.
Listen, he is not done. This whole thing that he's done.
Oh, he's not done at all.
If they say it was a fight, if they got footage of it, and if at any point that white kid like got his hands on that black kid, or is it in some kind of like posture where
any mutual combatant shit, this motherfucker's getting off.
And he might do. He's still a juvenile, so he might do 3-4 years in juvie.
Nah, they moving this to adult court, bro. They moving this to adult court. He's 17.
Know, man.
He's 17 in Texas. They moving this shit to adult court.
Texas is woke, man. You don't know that? Texas is so woke, man.
Yeah. We're gonna have to follow this one. We're gonna follow this one.
Hey guys, I just got a question for you. Didn't the Supreme Court make it unconstitutional to charge people under 18 to life in prison? Because I think I read something about that.
I don't know. Look it up for us, man, because I'm not sure about that. But I
I
can
want
tell
to
you.
say that if I think what you're talking about is when they charge like juveniles as adult when they're like under like 15 or some shit, and then they said that you can't get on life, so they need like everybody has to get like retrials and shit like that. That's what they were doing.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 15, but you could double check.
But probably what they're going to do is they're going to probably try to send him. We're going to sentence him like 10 to life or something like that. So they're going to make it sound like
Yeah,
they're giving him a hard sentence, and then they're going to give him
right.
parole in 10 years.
So everybody can be like, "Oh, life," and he's gonna get out in 5 years. Salute
That's a
to Autumn Eclipse, man. She says, "Man, R.I.P. to that All-American glider kid, Austin Metcalf. Thanks for covering out. Tragic and infuriating. Condolence to the mom and brother." Yeah, man. This kid, I don't think this kid's over, man. I think this kid's future is still very much. And then if he gets out when he's 21, he can start a program and go around and talk to kids about don't throw your life away. He could be a speaker, a motivational speaker. Whereas like I had everything, I had scholarships, and then one mistake cost me everything, and don't be like me, take advantage of this, da da da, and then he can parlay that into something else.
Had a future on the football field until today.
This, the video 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony wanted everyone to see. A highlight reel of him playing football for Centennial High in Frisco, something colleges watched.
Carmelo Anthony, class of 2025, Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas.
The teen proudly writing online he'd been offered several scholarships to play at various schools. But those dreams deflated Wednesday. Anthony charged with murder after police say he stabbed Austin Metcalf to death, another athlete from within Frisco ISD, at the district track meet following a fight.
I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Police swarming the scene. From the sky, we saw them collecting evidence at the stadium. Metcalf later dying at the hospital.
There are two families that got impacted, and their parents will be thinking that they're coming back by tonight, right? And all these things happened.
Parents picking up their students from Centennial Wednesday in disbelief.
Can't even imagine thinking about that, how their parents going through right now.
God damn, a lot of fucking Indians there, man.
Yo,
No,
what
that
the
means
fuck is going on? What's
I'm saying,
Frisco?
that means
Frisco Patel?
the education is pretty good though. That's what that means.
School. That's a
What
good
the
school.
fuck?
Yeah. That's a very good school. Very, very good school, man. Wow.
Yeah,
What is the name of it? What is the name of it?
Centennial.
That's the school that the Sun team went to.
Yeah, that's what they was saying they was at. Shit, they ain't worried about what the gliders feel. They worry about what the fucking the kids that went to school with Carmelo with a K feel like. Fuck that dead white glide guy, bro.
Yeah, I mean the white family isn't making a big fuss about it either. So
Yeah, they just moved on. They moved on to the next. Like now, look, they finna like highlight the next Centennial fucking high school athlete and shit, and make sure he don't stab somebody. They gonna be following him. He gonna have like a docu series and shit.
Wow, this school is an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 of great schools.
And look at the background, like it's a lot of Patel kids.
Yeah.
Yo, that Carmelo was bust in, bro. They bust him in, and he ended up fucking up the whole reputation.
Damn. That's you rarely see 8 out of 10 on great schools app. Like that is insane. Is this? Let me make sure. Yeah, Frisco. Yep.
Yeah. Now you showed us that like 8 out of 10 is very rare. Most of schools is like a 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10.
Look at the average SAT score. The average SAT score is 1196. That's average.
Ooh. Yeah, no, Patel's is
they smart, bro.
Yeah,
do they do ACT over there or nah?
Nah, they don't even do ACT.
Nah, SAT.
Like that. Yeah, them kids don't
They're
know
like,
what the ACT is.
Yeah, we took the ACT up here, so I don't even know what the SAT is.
Make sure they don't come here. Make sure that guy don't.
Look at this. The scores way above the state average. This is the state average,
Man,
60. They do a 98 in algebra, biology, English.
yo,
Unfortunately, history sucks.
wait. We haven't heard from Carmelo's family, right?
Nah.
Yo, he might be adopted, yo. That motherfucker might be from like a glider or Patel family or some shit. He really might like not even be like. You can't tell me that a fucking son woman that was raising a fucking star athlete or whatever it is, and he got arrested by the police for killing a glider ain't spoken up. I guarantee you this motherfucker probably was like adopted or something, bro. Ain't no way.
Mm. Look at the scores, the grades by race. So the Asians got a 9 out of 10, and they're 48% of the students. The whites got a 5 out of 10. Man, the whites are slumming here at the school, man. Hispanics got a 4 out of 10. Blacks got a 4 out of 10. Man, the goddamn whites are slumming at their school, man.
I
Yeah, the
mean,
whites
you're
are
going against.
bullshitting.
I mean, they going against Patels, man. You
Hey,
know,
that
a
four
little
out of
different.
ten, that 4 out of 10 for Suns is like a fucking 10 out of 10 at
Right.
other schools.
Exactly. It's usually 1 or 2 at the most.
Good for them though.
Yeah, they raising their standards, man. They getting hands on. They probably got a bunch of programs and shit up there.
Yeah, you
And
know
they
they got a
probably
whole like laboratory.
wow. So this school is 8% black. That's crazy, man. With Centennial. That's the school where the fucking Sun team is from.
He just made that shit like .03 motherfucking homicidal fucking student shit. Motherfucking he didn't put a new stat on that
At the
bitch.
stadium, Metcalf later dying at the hospital.
There are two families that got impacted. And their parents will be thinking that they're coming back by tonight, right? And all these things happened.
Parents picking up their students from Centennial Wednesday in disbelief.
Can't even imagine thinking about that, how their parents going through right now.
Students consumed by the news, many talking about it as they left class for the day. This sophomore telling us she knew Anthony.
To take someone's life is just like a different level, and it's like disgusting to me, honestly.
A motive not clear Wednesday night. Frisco PD still investigating, with the future on the gridiron in the balance. Many wondering why.
Nothing is an excuse for doing such a criminal act. I would say it's unimaginable.
A big question many of you are asking, how could a student get a stabbing weapon inside this district track meet? We know spectators often go through metal detectors. Athletes generally don't. We asked Frisco ISD about
They
that,
know
or if there
damn
were even
well.
metal detectors here Wednesday. Spokesperson telling us that more info will be released at a later date. In Frisco, I'm Matt Howerton.
They know damn well ain't no motherfucking
We're gonna
metal
now get-
detectors at no motherfucking track meet. They
Right.
know that. Like, come on, man.
We're
Stop
going to now get to
bullshitting.
that track meet in Frisco that turned deadly. 17-year-old was stabbed. Another 17-year-old, as I speak, is
Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. Hit the like button, man. Share this video.
Have some that system.
Yeah, definitely, man. Jeez, man. Salute to my man Aster J, man. He says, look at the amount of grace these gliders have to show when killed by Suns. Yeah, because and you know what, that is true though. Like if they don't show grace, there's gonna be like, there's gonna be like this kind of like thing like, well, you're stoking flames of, you're putting black people in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Like like if you don't show grace, the KKK could come out and kill every black person in sight. So there's a lot of weight on their shoulders internally. You know what I'm saying? Like they think like that. These white people think that they're like oppressors and shit.
facing a murder charge tonight.
You know what I mean? Like
Friends and family tonight who
even
came
though
together.
they don't have any power, they're like paper tigers. They think that they like have power over sons. They think they can oppress sons because that's all they hear, that they're oppressive. So they do everything they can to not oppress. And it's like, nah, son, you ain't even like you're weak as shit, and you're like holding yourself back and like trying to like restrain everything.
We're going to now get to that track meet in Frisco that turned deadly. 17-year-old was stabbed. Another 17-year-old, as I speak, is facing a murder charge tonight.
There are friends and family tonight who came together to remember the young man who died. Our Amelia McGovro.
Like them things come together, shit.
With the life and impact of Austin Metcalf.
A very emotional day here in Frisco as the community came together tonight here at Hope Fellowship Church for a prayer vigil, all to celebrate 17-year-old Austin Metcalf's life and also mourn his loss. Now, tonight's vigil was private, but I did get a chance to sit down with one of his good friends and teammates who says that Austin was a light to this world.
No balloon release, man. Damn. What's up, KB, man? Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's happening? What's happening?
Just another day out here. Had to take a little Ock Nation break, but I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, man. Boy, what you gonna say, Crook?
Nah, I mean, you said there wasn't no balloon release. They ain't want to pollute the environment, man.
Yeah,
They watch your channel, man. They watch your channel and they seen what the Sun people from Chicago was doing to the Wisconsin part of the Gulf from what is it, the Lake Michigan, man. They saw what the Girl Scouts of America was trying to go against and shit, you know?
Yeah, they think about shit like that.
Probably call him a brother.
Brother is the first thing that comes to mind for Gavin Stites when it comes to his childhood friend, Austin Metcalf.
Yeah, I've known him since I was 5 years old. If I need anything from him, he was there.
Gavin and Austin played together on the Memorial High School football team. Gavin, the quarterback, and Austin, his linebacker, someone he could always trust to have his back.
He was the first one that came up to me and congratulated me and hugged me. And I actually have a picture of both of us kind of losing it on the field. So, yeah, losing him is...
Austin tragically lost his life Wednesday morning during a track meet.
He lost his life. Yeah, he lost his life. He's like, damn, where's my life at? Shit, I knew I had my life somewhere right here. Fuck.
Yeah, he just misplaced it. He like, you know what I'm saying? He left it on the fucking kitchen counter and shit. Not like it was taken away from him.
They said the linebacker had the quarterback's back. I don't know football, but I don't think that makes sense.
Nah, hell no. This some
that definitely don't.
This some Mina Kynes type shit.
Yeah, we need to stop, man, to get the ball back, man. Go get us a stop. Yeah,
Well, my boy, what Tim Wall say when he was playing Madden? Like, oh man, you know how to run an interception play.
Austin tragically lost his life Wednesday morning during a track meet. Police say 17-year-old Centennial student Carmelo Anthony stabbed Austin after an altercation and is now in custody charged with murder. Police have not mentioned a motive.
I kind of just was in shock. And then I got a text from my buddy Cam, and he said it was Austin. And
Gavin says Austin was on the honor roll and was getting even scouted by several colleges to play football.
Every morning on B-Day, he'd come in and show me his phone, all the texts he's getting from coaches.
Gavin says Austin was truly the heart of their team, the glue that held them together, even playing alongside his twin brother, Hunter.
He was kind of the light that we all looked for. Even our warm-up lines, he'd get the chant going or getting everyone fired up. He is, actually. Yeah, he is the spirit.
Online, Austin's father, Jeff, says his son died in his twin brother's arms, saying, quote, "This tragedy has shaken me, family, and friends to the core. I trust God will bring us through these tough times ahead."
Happy he's in heaven, and Hunter will look after his mom for him. So, yeah.
Wow.
Very strong.
Sons ruin everything, bro. Sons ruin everything, bro. These dudes would have been like in fucking little white fraternities and shit, going to fucking
Yeah.
internships in the next few years, living life on yachts and shit. And the son just
Going
ruined
hunting and
all of that
shit.
shit. Bro, ruined
That's what I'd say.
everything, bro.
And we're also told that Frisco Memorial High School will acknowledge Austin's death in second period tomorrow.
But will they acknowledge the murderer?
Hell no. That'd be racist. That would be racist, man. Jesus. Let's see this. Okay. He said Texas team.
In Frisco, Texas, 16-year-old Austin Metcalf was attending a high school championship track meet. He had competed in both the shot put and discus events earlier in the day, but around 10 a.m., 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, a member of a competing team, fatally stabbed him. Despite life-saving measures by police and fire personnel, including CPR and the administration of blood, the high school junior died from his wounds. Anthony was arrested and charged with murder, a first-degree felony, and is currently being held without bond. The track meet included more than 100 students from 8 schools. No one else was injured. Both students also played high school football for different teams in Frisco, Texas. In Frisco, Texas, 16-year-old Austin Metcalf was attending a high school championship track meet. He had competed in both the shot put and discus events earlier.
Let's see what else is going on.
Hey, how much you want to bet he said something like "fuck you, white boy" or something like that when he stabbed him?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man.
Or probably like, who's probably going to claim that the white guy said the N-word or something like that, and it was fair game.
No, I think that's all. I think he should definitely say that so he can get a bond and then be out there and live his life.
As fucked up as that is.
That's equity.
In what way?
In the perverted way that they use it.
Oh, because of hundreds of years of oppression and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Like they just gonna move on from this shit too. Like those gliders, that shit is just like, they gonna have a graduation. He gonna get an honorary diploma, and then after that, it's just over. It's done.
It's a bump in the road, man.
The Frisco Memorial High School community gathered tonight in grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet.
Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf's twin brother was at the track with him. His family says he died in his brother's arms. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the victim's father and is live in Frisco tonight. Amelia.
Steve, Heather, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf had a bright future ahead of him. He was a leader on the football field and a scholar in the classroom. His dad told me he's holding on to memories and leaning deep on his faith as he tries to wrap his mind around this senseless tragedy.
He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf was voted MVP of the Frisco Memorial High School varsity football team. The linebacker held a near-perfect GPA and was in the National Honor Society.
He was on the right track. He was doing everything right. I was so proud.
Jeff Metcalf never imagined that his son's future would be cut short.
I'm still in shock.
Wednesday morning, Austin Metcalf was at a District 11 5A track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Around 10 a.m., Frisco police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest after some sort of fight. Jeff Metcalf says it was Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, who tried to save him.
and his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
It's unclear how Anthony got the knife into the meat or what exactly led up to the fight. Anthony is now facing first-degree murder charges, and Jeff Metcalf
It was the best weekend ever.
is only left with memories.
I was able to watch and be blessed so much. They're having both my sons are amazing.
When Jeff Metcalf was diagnosed with cancer 9 years ago, his boys were his strength. Now cancer-free, it's his faith that's keeping him strong.
And when I kissed his forehead today, as his body was cold, I ran my fingers through his hair. I told him, it's not goodbye. It's see you later. I'll join you at some point too, son. You just beat me to this place.
Wednesday night, the family's church opened its doors for the community to gather for a prayer vigil to honor a young man whose life touched so many.
But I know he's with the Lord. And I take comfort and peace in that.
In our conversation, Jeff mentioned that he hopes his son's death brings changes to security so no other parent has to go through this. Memorial High School will honor Austin tomorrow during second period, and counselors will be available for any students or staff who need it.
You know, it's really tragic when
My son is not here anymore.
loses their child, but like to lose their child like that, and especially for their own the child's own brother, like to actually have to put his blood in, that's on a whole other level. Like, you know, you see how these people react. Like we
The
already
Frisco Memorial High School community gathered
and all that other stuff. But if it was a son person, like they only care as much as they can get something out of it. You know what I mean? When the son's killed by the police, like you know, they have marches. Like oh yeah, like let's build a statue for George Floyd. But then they're out suing, trying to make money off of it. Like that's just sick, dude.
Yo, if I was that dad, I'd literally be on my way to a Klans meeting. Like, it's no fucking way that if I wasn't racist, I wouldn't be racist after that. Like, my son was on the right track, bro. My son didn't have to deal with none of you motherfuckers. We did everything to keep him away from y'all. And we met each other at a track meet and didn't know each other from Adam. And my son is dead. The fuck out of here.
That's going back to what I was saying earlier. That's why all that segregation shit existed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just people don't understand that shit, but because it's so brainwashed. It's crazy.
People forget that Jim Crow laws were established years and years after slavery was ended. So that goes to show you that gliders gave us a try, and then they had to establish Jim Crow laws.
Yeah, Reconstruction was a thing.
There was this one video by this former YouTuber. It's on BitChute right now called Alternative Hypothesis. And he says that before slavery ended, when slaves were free, the only slaves that were free were the ones who were able to save money, the ones who were able, like the top of the top. And when they moved up north, there were no segregated black neighborhoods or any of that other stuff because they were able to assimilate to the glider community, to the glider standard of living. But when all the slaves were freed and then they moved up north during the Great Migration, that's when all the restrictive covenants and all that other shit came about. That came about after the fact.
I mean, they teach you in school that the Civil War was fought over slavery, which means that gliders fought for the Sun People. That means something, doesn't it?
Yeah, 320,000 white soldiers from the north actually died freeing your asses, right? Like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I'll let y'all know that don't mean shit to us. That don't mean a goddamn thing to us, bro. All I know
What
is
does?
nothing. To like that will make you guys seem like not like fucking colonizers and all other shit. Zero. Nothing means nothing unless y'all just individually impact a fucking some person's life on some like basically just give y'all fortunes to them or hook them up to some shit where they gonna make unlimited money. Nothing means anything. So it's nothing that y'all can do to change a Sun person's point of view of gliders.
Let me ask you something, Crook County. What made you, you're a Sun man, correct?
Oh yeah.
What made you abandon that ideology and start thinking more like us?
Good
Like
question.
believing differences and all.
Policing.
Oh, you're a cop?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Police opened my eyes to a lot of things. And it was the year like 2020. It really opened my eyes to some things and it showed me that all the hysteria was all manufactured and basically just it was just all bullshit, man. It was so fake and it was just I just noticed like all like the hypocritical shit and obviously being out there you notice a lot of things, but yeah, it opened my eyes a lot. I told and everybody probably know that like in 2016 I voted for Hillary Clinton, you know?
Wow.
So yeah, yeah.
Yikes.
2016 I voted for Hillary.
I wasn't voting for that bitch. Her.
2012 I voted for
Ugh.
Obama. And then
Wake up.
2020 Trump, 2024 Trump.
When did you become a police officer?
In 2018, 2016.
So that happens because, you was still drinking the Democrat Kool-Aid.
I wasn't really informed though, you know.
Yeah.
Crook County, did you grow up in the gangster lifestyle or surrounded by that culture? No, I'll take that as a yes. I think yes.
Yeah,
Right?
I grew up on the east side of Chicago. So a lot of my friends, I used to talk a lot different, you know. But I went to school. I played basketball and shit like that.
And
So
he was an
I was
athlete. That also
yeah,
helped him out. The fact that he
yeah,
was an athlete, Division
yeah,
One player.
yeah.
So
I played big time
Cannot be
basketball.
understated.
Yeah, I
And what
played
made you
big
want?
time basketball.
What made you want to join be in law enforcement?
My dad, he just like asked me to sign up and he kind of like forced me to take the test. It wasn't like something that I wanted to do.
Right.
I actually woke up the morning of the test and was like told him I didn't want to go. And he like begged me to go take it. And I remember saying like, shit, I'll go take your fucking test. I'll go take your test, you know? And he took me, dropped me off, you know, waited, whatever it is, picked me up, asked me how I was, and I was just like, I was all right, whatever. Who gives a fuck? And I ended up getting it. And it was the best decision, you know, it was a great decision, man. I literally met some of the best people I've ever met in my life, you know, in law enforcement. And I got to experience some of the craziest shit, but some of the best shit ever.
Takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to do what you do. Thanks for doing what you do, man. Appreciate it.
Hey man,
Thanks,
you can
Crook.
do it too. Y'all can do it, man. Y'all can do it too, man.
Shit, not me.
I don't want to do it.
yeah, I deal with teaching, man. I'm good, man. That's
If you can
enough,
teach, you can definitely do this.
man. I'm already. How many years? 25 in, man. I think 23 years in, man. I'm ready to go, man.
You're
Oh yeah,
23 years in. Oh yeah, you're ready to retire soon.
yeah. You
Oh
got
yeah, I did that shit early, like Kobe, man. RIP.
yeah.
Hey,
They took him out.
man. Oh god. Let me see. What was this? Oh, okay. What's going on, man? What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about this situation, man? Here with this this Sun team and this
Yeah, you know, it's everything all together. You know, not just this murder, but it's like the whole narrative we gotta swallow. How often this occurs? You know, some people killing gliders, and not the opposite, as they tell us. But I just want to know, Chief, can this family get a sun pass, a sunward pass?
They look like they wouldn't want it. They would. This look like we're some really good people, man. And
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure the
saying
kid
real
was.
nice.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What do you mean, Wicked?
If this fucking glider set the sunward on, that'd be the story.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure that would surpass it. But this family's looking at this like it's a black swan event, man. They're oblivious to
Right.
the reality. I mean, like this white boy got into this argument and this fight not knowing that he could die or was going to die.
It kind of puts that one sister that smacked the girl with the baton in a perspective. Like I always say, Chief, when an elderly gets beat up by a son man, right, and the son man lets him live, they ran into a merciful son man, because they'll kill you, man. A motherfucker will kill you, Chief. But hold on, I gotta preface it with this, before I forget though. Beatles do it too.
This is worse than the I Promise one, and the I Promise one was pretty bad too.
Way worse. I mean, those kids is riding around shooting people with
With the
water.
little Orby guns.
This one right here, this kid was at the track meet. Like they're at the meet, like they're all like dressed up, waiting for their race and shit. Came over, approached this kid, was like, "Hey, I think you're in the wrong spot." And they said the kid bowled up on him.
You know that one website you be doing that? You haven't done it in a while, but does this glider kid, does he go in April or March? Did he make the March roster?
I don't know, man. I think
Oh no.
Jesus Christ, this kid and white people gotta be mad, man. Let me see if I can find some white people that'll be mad about this. Here's the dad. I'll play the dad first.
Identical twins, and the sad part about it is he died in his brother's arms. They were twins, identical twins, and his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding, and he died in his brother's arms. And I rushed up there and I saw him on the gurney. And I could tell. They said he wasn't breathing. I could see all the blood. I saw where the wound was.
Go hunting with his son.
Understandably
Oh,
still in
man.
shock. Jeff Metcalf says a precious memory was made just this past weekend when he took his twin boys hunting. That's where Austin got his first hog. Well, this morning at around 10, he rushed here to Kirkendall Stadium where the Memorial High School student athlete suffered a fatal stab wound during this track and field meet. Frisco police say a fight broke out between two students when one stabbed the other. More than 100 student athletes were participating in this meet. Fortunately, they were safely evacuated. Police arrested the suspect. He is 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony of Frisco. He is now charged with murder. Some students, unfortunately, witnessed this deadly encounter and have been interviewed by police. Despite life-saving efforts, the 16-year-old victim died at the hospital. Austin, his father shares, was born 2 minutes before his twin brother Hunter, the two inseparable, as you can imagine. Austin is being remembered as an outstanding student at Memorial High, his football team's MVP, and a young man of faith. His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move and he bowed up. This is murder.
Asked him to move.
I don't know.
Told him to leave.
I know they have someone in custody. And you know what? I already forgive this person.
Boom, and there it is.
Already. God takes care of things. God's going to take care of me. God's going to take care of my family.
The victim's father says these two teens did not know each other before today. We do need to stress that police have not said what they believe led up to this deadly encounter. There is a prayer vigil tonight at 7 p.m. at Hope Fellowship Church right here in Frisco.
Wake up.
I mean, look at everything look at the ending to what he said. That says it all, dude. You know, if the narrative from some people that we hear, if that were true, this somewhere would still be swinging from a tree as we speak, man.
I was just thinking that, Wicked. Back in the day, they would have mounted up and done something.
So, man, you know what? I don't even believe that shit either, bro. If they were to have been hanging every somewhere that had to be hung, there's not enough trees, dude. They were not killing all these somewhere and hanging all of them. They weren't, dude. They were not hanging all these somewhere. They were hanging some of them, but they were hanging gliders too, man. And on burritos.
And you know what? There were also sons who were hanging sons too.
And
like there
sons that were
are
hanging sons, man.
for the same
I
crime,
hate
for
that
rape,
shit
murder,
back
all
in the
that.
day. What?
No, I'm saying like the sons were hanging sons for the same thing that the gliders were hanging them for: rape,
100%.
all that other shit.
But what KB said about back in the day, he would have been hanging. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they would have broke his ass right out to jail and hung him.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's true either, though. Like I said,
Wicked, you just said some.
Look, there's not enough trees, motherfucker. If they were to hang every single one of any motherfucker that had to be hung, bro.
But that's what I think lynching actually did like help lower the crime rate, because like when sons, like they don't have abstract thinking, so when they see an actual consequence to their action, and lynching was done publicly, like they'll start to, all right, we better chill out.
How prevalent do you think lynching really was, though? I mean, I don't know, but I don't think it was that prevalent, man.
In the South, it was probably, but just not. It wasn't as sarcastic as the way they're saying it was, but it was out there in the South.
It was out there everywhere. There were sons in the South because there were more sons, but like out in the West, it was mostly gliders.
And on burritos, probably.
But punishment for crimes back in the day were crazy. I mean, if you were caught stealing, they would cut off your fucking hand. Like,
well, that was in Islamic countries.
No, they do that in European countries too.
Yeah, I never heard them cutting hands out like that.
Yeah, because they're all the Arab migrants, probably.
And then they eventually would tone it down. You would be, put in the stock where your head and hands would be in the wood shackles. And then townspeople could do whatever they want to you. And sometimes you were killed by what they would do to you.
I mean, look, dude, I'm more frustrated by the narrative, dude, than this kid being murdered, dude. This kid being murdered isn't it's almost expected, bro. Right? But this narrative that we have to keep hearing, dude, like every time I hear the stupid ass mayor talk, man, the mayor brings up fucking Jim Crow still. The mayor talks about slavery still. The mayor here literally said recently, and we were wondering what would it look like if the Confederacy won. We're looking at it with Trump's administration. He said that, dude. And he's able to say shit like that, dude. Meanwhile, this shit here is going on the regular, though.
It's pretty sad. Wait, check the back chat real quick.
The sad part about it is he died in his brother's.
I'm just saying, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's frustrating to have to hear this fucking narrative out.
Yeah. It's like this white guy, this guy says, what was the context? Was it justified?
Right.
That guy doesn't even look all that white to me. Looks mixed or something.
Yeah.
The dad or who?
Yeah.
You say you can't be.
It's that knee-jerk reaction, like, oh, is there an excuse? Can we somehow excuse the sun man?
Yeah, what do you think he's mixed with or what? That's a fucking glider, dude.
No, because his skin looks a little bit dark or something.
Like an Italian or something? Or what you mean, like an Syrian?
I don't know the picture, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's not justified. Like, you know what I mean? The kid wasn't a criminal. He was an A student, and he was an athlete on top. That's the point.
The fact that I really think about this. The fact that he stabbed them and then opened fire recklessly, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Here where I'm so used to seeing these songs where just open fire recklessly, right? Shooting everybody. What is this? England? Are we in London now?
Wow. It says, gotta love the news stations. A fight did not break out. The animal acted like the animals do, and when he was coached that he was in the wrong lane, decided to stab the kid that was trying to help. Hey, MSM mainstream media, that is not a fight breaking out. That's murder. 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 Middle school track meet. He brought a knife to the middle school track meet. I think this is high school. He stabbed someone over a seat at a middle school as a high school track meet. A society this emotionally volatile is a symptom of something deeper. We are witnessing widespread
Fuck
nervous
me.
system dysregulation amplified by fatherless homes, online overstimulation, and a culture that confuses respect with ego. Impulse
But no,
replaces conscious, rage bypasses reason. A comment about seating turns into a stabbing.
it's not that deep.
Nah, not at all.
And
They're trying to, but to making it deep, kind of like distances the Sun Man from it and makes it, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really him; it's all of us.
Everybody's
We all
doing
killed
it. Yeah.
Austin. We all killed Austin.
No, but I mean,
we saw that song word.
He is describing sons over there, like ego over rage over reason.
Right.
Like that's pretty much sons.
Well, but the fact that but people who will kill, I mean, it just puts
Well, he doesn't list it as sons.
Lucy.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like him saying sons, but in a smart way.
Well, I mean, look.
Well,
is
you're
it
implying
really-
the fact he's referencing to that sons. He thinks he's wrote that tweet just in general terms.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Everybody, kids being kids are all kids out of control. They're not, dude.
Yeah.
And at the risk of sounding redundant, bro, but it needs to be said out loud, dude. If the fucking roles were reversed, we'd never hear the fucking end of it. Stephen A. This is a sports related incident. Stephen A. What's that one clown that got into it with Skip Bayless? Shannon Sharp.
Ryan Clark.
About this. The stupid ass brother with the RC on his shit. What are we talking about this, son? I mean, the fucking what city was it?
Frisco.
The fucking Houston Texans would have fucking put the name on a helmet and racism, yada yada, all this fucking nonsense, man.
They'd be salivating at the prospect.
But if we had a fucking Hotep on the panel right now, the Hotep would be trying to divert or like venomize it or just run a distraction and this or that. Like, shut up, brother. We all have eyes. We all could see, motherfucker. But I'd be the one that's wrong. They would hear me talking. They'd be like, man, what about the cartels? So they would say, Chief. They just can't address what's in front of them. They can't. It's a pill they can't swallow. And we all gotta eat that shit. All of us gotta just live in hopes that we don't come across one of these useless motherfuckers that will kill one of our loved ones, Chief, or us. That's what we gotta do, because we don't have the moral will to say enough. Sisters, if you cannot handle your kids, we gonna handle them for you, sister.
Sounds good. This one says, amongst this horrible tragedy, absolute beauty shines through. This father, who had the faith to forgive the young man that murdered his son, is one of the most amazing and beautiful things have ever seen. The grace, the grace and power of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in this. There is no pain worse than losing a child. Speak from this experience. This father? This is what being a Christ follower looks like.
You know, I agree with that, but I don't think that his son or daughter, or whoever it was, stabbed to death by a stuntman. I would wager.
Yeah, it's easy for them to say.
Yeah, or at least give it like 30 years to forgive the killer. Like Hawk was saying earlier, the body's not even cold yet.
Yeah, this one says, "This school is in my neighborhood. This one, the one the stabbing suspect went to, isn't far from that one. We didn't have problems like this, but recently, the wannabe hood teens have been the worst. We don't even have our city fair anymore because of these hood kids, and the city media covered it up because of all the deals that were going on at the time. Universal Studios, the city of Frisco is changing." So basically, this woman says that, of course they fucked up the city fair and the city covered it up. The news covered it up. So you can't have a city fair, and now you got a metal detectors at track meets. Son, just fuck everything up.
I'm gonna head out, but I gotta say this. Yo, support the channel. There is literally nowhere else that you could get it like this. Look
That's
how
true.
deep. Look how deep I is getting in the shit. Please,
Yeah.
man. I always ask it. I just want to know where in the fuck can you go for this? Because
Yeah.
if and when I hangs it up, we're definitely gonna miss this. Because this is what we
Yeah,
need.
man. Support the channel, man. Support the channel. Even PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Hit the like button, share the video, something. Um, this one says, "We need to wait until the investigation is over. What was the backstory? You're sitting in the wrong seat. Could be seen as a threat."
Huh?
It's unfortunate that teens can't fight the old school fight, get suspended, and come back. Now it's morgues and jails. He said, what, he said, "You're sitting in the wrong seat could be seen as a threat."
Fucking scumbag.
You know, I just want to say one thing. They keep bringing up religion and all the shit like Lord says to forgive. But you know what else Jesus said? Don't throw your pearls before swine, lest they get trampled under their feet and they turn and tear you to pieces. Nobody wants to
Yeah.
talk about that Jesus quote. But that's exactly what's going on.
Facts. This one says, shout out to IA. He says, "Here in Hammond, Indiana, some man shot up a bar, 5 shot." And we did that the other night. He says, "Some people vacation in slave countries. Jamaica still has slavery and pays sons, and sons paid to go there. Africa has slaves. For $500, you can fly and free some." Facts. Shout out to IA. He says, "They should stream I Show Speed freeing slaves in Africa. That would never happen. Instead, we have to see him travel to civilized society." Wow, that's cooking, man. My man is cooking.
Yo,
Jeez.
what data is this guy talking about? Like, this shit is infuriating.
Hold on. It says, I asked Grok, the data shows that you're in the wrong seat from a white person to an American Negro can be seen, taken, interpreted as a threat. Depending on delivery, tone, and if it was racially charged, it may be taken as a threat. Data even supports this. It's sad but real. So let's see. It says, Grok. No, he wrote. He said, "In America, could a white person telling an American Negro you're in the wrong seat be a form of a threat?" I don't know what Grok is. What's Grok?
AI,
It could
probably.
be like, yeah, Twitter's AI tool or X's AI tool.
Whether a white person telling an American black person you're in the wrong seat could be considered a threat in the U.S. depends heavily upon context, tone, setting, body language, and history all play a role.
Is this a troll?
Legally, a threat requires intent to intimidate or coerce. The courts often look at how a reasonable person in the recipient's position will perceive it. Given America's racial past, slavery, segregation, and events like Rosa Parks being told to move on a bus in 1955, the phrase could easily evoke fear or hostility, especially if said aggressively or in a racially charged situation. Data backs this up. A 2021 UCLA study found 54% of Black Americans reported experienced racial discrimination in public spaces, which can heighten sensitivity to such statements. That said, it's not automatically a threat. If it's just a neutral comment, like pointing out a reserved seat at a concert, it might not cross the line. The First Amendment protects free speech, even offensive speech, unless it incites imminent violence or constitutes a threat, a true threat. I'm thinking Virginia versus Black, 2003. The Supreme Court ruled cross burning can be, oh God. None of these white people have ever been in any situation where they've like punked a black person. That's the thing about it. Like white people walk around with all this bullshit and this, and they've never gone into a room and all the black people been scared. They've never ran up on a Sun woman. They've never even intimidated a Sun woman. The average glider male that walks around feeling like, oh, I'm oppressing, oh, let me tone down, let me make myself small. I don't want to be an oppressor. I don't want to be an oppressor. With all that shit in his head, has never even intimidated a Sun woman or a Sun child. They can't even get respect out of a Sun kid or a Sun woman. And they're walking around like, damn, I'm an oppressor. Hey, let me make up for being an oppressor by kissing your ass. Or it's like, where do you get it from? Where are you getting this feeling from? You know what I mean? Like sons, we feel we dominate white people all the time in spaces, public spaces. We rob them, we kill them, we make them feel uncomfortable, we mock them, we chide them, we stalk them, we clown them in public spaces all the time. So we feel there's something for us to like hang our hat on when it comes to like feeling like white people's punks and white people's bitches. Where do white people get that from with black people? You know? They never, like white boy, you've never walked in a room and made motherfucking niggas' hearts skip a beat.
Maybe one. I only know one. I met him. Brock Lesnar. That's it.
Right. Like some shit like that.
But that's like one out of like
maybe. But like, other than that, if you're just a regular white guy, then yeah.
yeah, that's a different specimen. Yeah. I met
And
him when
even
he
then,
was in
like, look at how they
Minnesota.
treat the fucking cops. Like they're always the ones escalating. They're always the ones getting aggressive and all that. It's like,
Yeah, they're not even afraid of cops. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar played football, so trust me, he didn't in high school.
Nah,
He played in the NFL.
nah, that kid was different, man. I met him in wrestling camp my freshman year. He was a senior. Nah, he wasn't.
Oh,
Nah,
Brock
he
Lesnar, bro, you know you knew him.
went to the camp. Yeah, I went to Minnesota
Oh, okay.
camp. So he was
Oh,
a little different, but it's like once in a blue, like you said though. It's like what, one out of like a couple gliders. It's not so many gliders like them.
mm-hmm. But the average Sun team in the Wawa, if Brock Lesnar walks into a Wawa, there's some Sun teams standing out front. All of them think, man, I just smoked this white boy.
That's
and
true.
wouldn't think twice about it.
It's true.
This one says, why does Austin Metcalf's murder by Carmelo Anthony get ignored nationally? Because of race, or is it something else? It's definitely race.
That meme is funny.
He was
ahead of the curve, bro.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck away from these people.
To say that shit when he said it too. Like
He
said
happy as
that
hell.
shit in like what? He said that shit like 2021 or 2022 or some shit like that.
Yeah. Smartest thing he ever said, and he got his money, he was out. I think he knew though. He knew.
He was fed up. He was fed up.
He was woke. You told me, he was woke.
Yeah. He was fed up. He was just like, yeah, he was wild and saying that shit. Yeah, he was
He was ahead of the curve though. He definitely was ahead of the curve.
Wow. We can have peaceful, high trust societies, or we can keep suffering in a social experiment that at the hands of deranged cosmopolitan race communists. Wow. Murder and manslaughter rate per 100,000. While the black is the black and the yellow is the Hispanic and the white is the white. Yeah, man. I mean, shit. Yeah. Criminals, man. He said, the kids love it. I have kids fight over who can get here earliest to get shots off before school. Say Coach Garrison.
Burner account is in the back chat out.
Oh, okay. Burner account. Yeah. What? Oh, okay. What's up, man? What are your thoughts, man?
I just know sons are liars, and like even Brock Lesnar, like maybe he eats chewing tobacco, but like he's not some like criminal son man devoid of empathy and stuff. Like,
yeah, he ain't ready to just throw it all away.
No. Like, it's not the muscles that matter. Obviously, that's part of why some men are dangerous, but it's like the mind, the lack of the frontal lobe that causes them to act the way they do.
Yeah, like you can. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't fuck with Brock Lesnar, but I know one thing, that a lot of sons wouldn't be scared of him. He would have to kick their asses.
Yeah.
This morning, just because living every mother's worst nightmare. Her family and the entire district are grieving the tragic death of a brother, son, and student athlete. Police say another student stabbed and killed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during a track meet this morning at Frisco's Cookendall Stadium. The suspect, who's also 17 and attended a competing school, is now charged with murder. Investigators say a fight broke out between the two, which ended with Austin's death. Tonight, we have team coverage on the investigation and the vigil that just wrapped. Austin's mom and twin brother sat down with Tiffany Liu.
Tonight on a Wednesday night, Austin Metcalf would typically have been here at his church's youth group, but instead his friends, family, and loved ones gathered to grieve his loss together.
We're going to go to the vigil tonight.
When you lose one of the most important people in your life,
so many kids loved him.
Comfort can be found with those who love him.
Just doesn't make any sense.
Megan Metcalf got the call this morning.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore. And I don't understand it.
Her 17-year-old son, Austin Metcalf, was at a UIL track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Police say there was an altercation between two Frisco ISD students.
I got a phone call from Hunter,
Austin's identical twin.
screaming that Austin had been stabbed.
Megan beat the ambulance to the hospital and saw him get taken in.
Oh, he was the most amazing kid. Oh, so smart. He had college football. Guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college.
While we were talking to Mom,
just to put your arms wrap around a support.
Austin's brother,
This is Hunter. Did you want to talk to him?
Okay. Came outside. Hunter Metcalf was there when it happened.
I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So just that's just what I saw, and I try to help him.
From the day they were born 17 years ago, Austin, just 4 minutes older, was Hunter's best friend.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I do for him. I do anything for him.
They ran together, played football together. They had that twin sense only twins would understand.
It's just really heartbreaking not to see him next year on the field.
Hunter never imagined the day he and Austin would be apart.
This is going to be really hard.
In Frisco, I'm Tiffany Liu.
So tragic. We've learned there will be counselors at Frisco Memorial, where Austin was a student, and at Centennial, where the suspect attended. Matt Howerton heard from students and parents there and found out this teen suspect had a future on the football field until today.
This, the video 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony wanted everyone to see. A highlight reel of him playing football for Centennial High in Frisco, something colleges watched.
And of course, they have a portion of the broadcast for the killer.
Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas. The teen proudly writing online he'd been offered several scholarships to play at various schools. But those dreams deflated Wednesday. Anthony charged with murder after police say he stabbed Austin Metcalf to death, another athlete from within Frisco ISD, at the district track meet following a fight.
I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Police swarming the scene. From the sky, we saw them collecting evidence at the stadium. Metcalf later dying at the hospital.
There are two families that got impacted, and their parents will be thinking that they're coming back by tonight, right? And all these things happened.
Parents picking up their students from Centennial Wednesday in disbelief.
Can't even imagine thinking about that, how their parents going through right now.
Students consumed by the news, many talking about it as they left class for the day. This sophomore telling us she knew Anthony.
To take someone's life is just like a different level, and it's like disgusting to me, honestly.
A motive not clear Wednesday night. Frisco PD still investigating, with a future on the gridiron in the balance. Many wondering why.
Nothing is an excuse for doing such a criminal act, I would say. It's unimaginable.
A big question many of you are asking, how could a student get a stabbing weapon inside this district track meet? We know spectators often go through metal detectors. Athletes generally don't. We asked Frisco ISD about that, or if there were even metal detectors here Wednesday. Spokesperson telling us that more info will be released at a later date. In Frisco, I'm Matt Howerton.
You've just come from Panama, and you said that your meetings in Panama went well. After them,
Wow. So what do you think, Bernard?
Call this morning.
Just because.
Well, actually, I have a question about this. Like, in the Sun mind, do they? Okay, you know when like Suns will talk shit about like sundown towns and all that bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they do that, is that just like what they say outwardly, but inwardly, like within the community, they all know that like they're the most dangerous people in the country, or do they not even acknowledge that?
Oh, hell yeah, they know that.
Oh yeah, they do.
I don't know. I don't know if they know that, man.
No.
No, they're actually proud of it.
The ones on the street, like it's like classes of sons, like the HBCU, like the Jasmine Crockett type chick who's like, you know, went to college and shit or something like that. She all her friends are white, and she went to a white school, and she'll probably won't get, because she earns a lot of money, she'll live in a white neighborhood, but she'll still, like, you know, champion black, everything black. Like, I buy stuff at I bought this sweater at a black owned store. Pookie who got arrested for killing that white lady. She's getting a raw deal. They take up black causes every time, but they still if they can afford it, they live around white people. their friend circle is mostly white if they have any bit of education. Like any bit of education, there's a large chance outside of HBCU. If they have any bit of education outside of HBCU, there's a great chance the majority of their close friends are either non-black or white, and they enjoy in those spaces. They're the black person or they're a black person, and they embody George Floyd. They embody Colin Kaepernick. Whenever something happens in the news, yeah, man, it's rough for us out here. You know what I'm saying? So they cosplay that to a point where they kind of believe that, but at the same time, they shudder at the thought of going into a real black neighborhood at night, even during the day. Like I'm having a cookout over here on Martin Luther King Avenue. Come on, and it's like, oh man, we ain't coming over there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and you can tell, nah, everything's cool, man. I'm cool around here. Everybody love me, and you're like, nah, they ain't really want to go around there. Only playtime they go to a hood is for some dick. Those black chicks, those like educated black chicks. That's the only time they go to the hood is for some dick. And that's the only time like an educated black person will go to the hood for some pussy. But as far as like thinking that that whites are a threat to us, I don't know one black woman who, if a white dude said something slick, wouldn't buck back on him, like buck backward on them, like go toe to toe with them. You know what I'm saying? And like think even to the point of a physical confrontation. I don't know one black woman that wouldn't do that. Maybe my mom, but I don't know a black woman that's in my age group that I've grown up with that is in my contemporary that wouldn't like give a white dude that tried to like get smart in public or ask her to do something like, excuse me, ma'am, I was sitting right here. Like, what? You had to say it like that? Like, no. So it's like, it's weird. I'm trying to explain it because it's weird. It's layered. It's like, yeah, we play that cosplay stuff, but but even our women will buck up on y'all men. You know what I'm saying? And we do some of the foulest things to white women. Like we pimp white women. We beat white women, we kill white women, we rape white women, like almost like 30,000 to 1 versus white men raping black women. And we do all that, and there's no way you could live like that if you feared white people. You know what I mean?
And then like the perspective of out here in Arizona, I'm a correctional officer. Actually, because of you, I became a CO. So I just
Oh,
gotta
wow.
appreciate you for changing my life and giving
How
me
so? What
a crazy.
did I do?
Because just watching this and seeing that the job opportunities, man, these guys getting locked up, put away for a long time, man. It provides employment opportunities. And
Yeah,
out here,
make sure y'all support the channel. Hit the PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. Support the channel, man. Hit the like button. How many likes do we have? Do we have at least 200 likes already? Like, come on, guys, wake up. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, continue, man.
but out here in Arizona, man, the blacks, they roll by themselves in the general population yards. So you got the whites and the Chicanos, they roll together. You got the
Oh, wow.
natives and the paisas, which are the Mexican nationals, they roll together. But the blacks are just by themselves, man. They're willing to take on everybody else. They don't need no help. They're cool. They're good on their own.
Are
And
they
they're the only race that does not have a required workout routine. So all the other races, you have to during rec, you got to go out, you got to work out with your people, and do your regimen and shit. Black people, man, they be on the ball on the basketball court playing ball, having fun, laughing, while everybody else is getting pumped up, ready for war.
So when the wars breaks out, how do the blacks fare when the wars break out?
Pretty well. Yeah, they fight each other a lot. Well, I haven't been at my facility. There's hasn't been no like severe riot or nothing. but like out of all the inmate on inmate fights, a shit ton of them are black on black. There's every once in a while you get Chicanos getting into something, but yeah, it is like 8 out of 10 fights are black on black in prison.
So
Yeah.
nothing new.
Yeah, in prison. The majority of the crime is black on black. It's fucking
Well,
wild.
keep in mind though is what percentage of the population, because if the population in prison is 80% black, then that's to be expected. Like, what's the breakdown?
I would say it's probably about a quarter black. Half of it is Mexican of some type, because there's just so many Chicanos and
Arizona.
Paisas
Yeah,
out here.
Arizona.
Yeah, and then the other quarter is your whites and natives. Dude, we got a lot of fucking natives in prison. It's crazy. I didn't think about it at first, but damn, there's a lot in there.
Yeah, they have that gene too for like debauchery and crime and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they really hold each other to a high standard. So like out of those inmate on inmate fights too, like natives, they're probably the other majority group that gets into a lot of that shit. And they brutally like treat each other. One guy literally got scalped on the yard. They fucking started cutting his fucking scalp off. It was insane.
The more
Just like
south,
old
like
times.
the more south the native DNA is, like coming in from Alaska going down, like the more savage, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, the only native group that can't be, or tribe that doesn't roll with the other ones, are the Apaches. And that's because they're all their bullshit. But however, like the Navajo, the Salt Rivers, the Tohono O'Doms, they can all house in the same area, but Apaches can't.
So Apaches are like you're talking about real like natives, not like these $5 Indian white people that cosplaying, not like Elizabeth Warren, right? We're talking about
Yeah,
real
fuck
like
no, dude. I'm talking about fucking. You look at him, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that motherfucker
Pocahontas.
can ride a horse
Tonto.
bareback."
yeah, like those. Okay, like the Redskin helmet, the Redskin logo type moment.
Yeah.
Where are you located again? In Arizona, you said?
Arizona.
Isn't there like a big reservation there?
Oh, Arizona's
Yeah,
mostly reservation. They have a lot of fucking land. They
Like
have
that's
a lot of
basically
land.
all it is, right? And then a few white people, but in some cities. But I was under the idea that like there's massive native reses in Arizona, and these are like real red Indians with no admixture.
Yeah.
And they're not like up here in Canada. Our guys are actually pretty tame. They like the liquor and the alcohol here in Canada just basically like destroyed these people. And
Yeah, they don't handle that
Yeah.
either. So in their politics, they cannot be caught drinking hooch, which is inmate manufactured alcohol, or possess weed. But for some reason, every once in a while we catch them high on spice, but they don't really get kicked off the yard or get beat up by their people because of that. But for some reason, they'll press each other hard over alcohol and weed.
Because like they literally like I'm not like a PhD scientist, but like literally they cannot handle alcohol. Like it's in their DNA. They just can't handle it
Yeah,
for
no,
whatever
no,
reason.
they can't. Well, here's the thing: they didn't evolve with it. Like
Exactly.
You got to remember that was what killed them with the diseases. They never lived side by side with pigs, so they never lived with pigs. They never got all those diseases that over the centuries that pigs give you, because blacks, Africans live with pigs, and whites, of course, live with pigs, and Asians live with pigs. But by not living with the pigs,